Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and enemies, welcome back. PFL Season 10. This is Week 10. Oh my god, it's the last week of the season. We're taking on Mitch. Now, last time, we didn't actually take on Mitch. We took on Mario. Mario was subbing in for Mitch, but this time, we're facing Mitch himself, and I'm very nervous. We're 5-3 right now, and this game decides so much about how, if we get into playoffs, what our seed is in playoffs. There's so many things up in the air in the league right now. So there's a lot riding on this game. So I spent a lot more time than usual kind of figuring out what I wanted to bring with this team. But this is pretty much what we've decided on. I may change one or two things on Mew, but everything else is as is. So, starting off, Bubblemint the Mew, Focus Sash, Stealth Rock, Spikes, U-Turn, and Earth Power. I wanted to run a Hazards Mew just because he has a lot of threats that take damage from hazards. He's got Klefki, he has Mega Gyarados, takes literally both Stealth Rocks and Spikes, Buzzwole, Nidoqueen can't do anything, but a lot of Necrozma doesn't levitate, so I figured it was pretty important to get that kind of stuff up, catch him on some switches. That's how we're going to win the game. I think we need to play like a pretty fast-paced, kind of in-your-face game. U-Turn, just simply, he has a pretty big weakness to Bug. Last time we brought a Nasty Plot Bug Buzz set, and while that worked out, I wasn't able to, with this particular team, I don't have any hazards, and I kind of want hazards just in case things go south, in case we need to break some sashes. U-Turn to pivot out of a whole bunch of things. We're probably going to lead with Mew almost no matter what, because Mew can do literally everything, so he'll just go into whatever answer he has. Earth Power then is also to hit. It's to hit like Nidoqueen, Klefki, things that U-Turn can't really hit. So this is the Mew. He may change a little bit, but max special attack because for Earth Power to hit as hard as possible. 108 speed means that I believe he outspeeds Mega Gyarados, and 144 HP because why the heck not? Next we got Bradley Cooper, and this is pretty much the exact same Altaria. Mew's different, Altaria is pretty much the exact same thing. Just because it works so well against his team. Body Slam, Earthquake, Heal Bell, and Roost. Body Slam turns into Fairy type, Pixelate. Unbelievable on Buzzwole, on literally nothing wants to come in because pretty much anything can get paralyzed. Earthquake to cover certain threats like notably Klefki, notably Nidoqueen. We do not, in fact, outspeed Nidoqueen, but I don't think I'm staying in no matter what. I think I'd go into either Social Distance or Mew, no matter what. Pretty much no matter what. Nidoqueen's a big threat, but we have some ways of getting around him. He might be around defensive too. Heal Bell is pretty much just for Klefki, in case Klefki wants to decide to spread some paralysis around. Heal Bell is just a latch ditch effort to make sure that all of our threats still outspeed him. And Roost, obviously, for a little bit of recovery, and we can be an annoying pain in his side. Mega Altaria, very bulky, very, very good Pokemon. Next up, we got Kevin Malone, the drummer in whatever Kevin Malone's band is from The Office. Assault Vest, Wood Hammer, U-Turn, Knockoff, and Fake Out. Once again, this is just a straight-up offense. Fake Out, get a little bit of chip damage on anything it wants. Knockoff hits so many things on his team. A lot of his Pokemon are just straight-up worse without an item. Toxapex, Klefki, Nidoqueen becomes almost completely neutered if we hit her with a knockoff, and then she loses the life orb, and all of a sudden she's not as much of a threat. U-Turn again hits everything. 228 speed, outspeeds Mega Gyarados. It also outspeeds Nidoqueen too, which is pretty big because a Grassy Surge boosted 252 attack Wood Hammer. Unless that's a defensive Nidoqueen, that's at least a 2-hit KO. And if we outspeed and Fake Out, oh man, that is some damage. And yeah, Assault Vest because a little bit of boost to special defense, nothing crazy. In case we need to come in on Necrozma who's setting up and wants to hit us with a Photon Guys or whatever the Necrozma does. That's why we have that. So that's what we're rocking with Rillaboom. Next, new addition to the team. We have two new additions. We drafted them the same time, we picked them up the same time as Toxicroak, but this is their first time in the limelight. Lady Gaga the Starmie. A star is born today. A Rapid Spin, Scald, Psychic, and Dazzling Gleam. Holding the Water EMZ with Analytic as an ability. Starmie is an incredible Pokemon. It gets so many coverage moves, it's so fast. It hits ridiculously hard. If we catch him on a switch, Analytic does 1.3. That's a life orb boost for him being scared of us. That's absolutely unbelievable. Normally, Starmie is not going to be outsped by anything, but with Analytic, like, I mean, it's ridiculous. Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards. Scald in case we catch him on a switch. If he wants to go into, I don't even know, like Necrozma, like a burn might help. Psychic, obviously, for Nidoqueen, for Buzzwole. Dazzling Gleam for Mega Gyarados. Psychic also hits another thing. I actually don't have his team up right now, but I've spent so long preparing for it that I'm comfortable with this. Water EMZ specifically hits everything so hard. So that's just a one-time nuke. I would have run Hydro Pump, but I really like the chance for burning, and I also don't want to miss, because if we miss, then my life is just horrible. And knowing the Pokemon hacks gods, I know they're at least going to have me miss one move. That's why we run 100% accuracy moves. Next we have Fox, the Talonflame, holding the heavy duty boots. Another new pickup, Gale Wings, of course, naturally. I traded him in for Moltres because Moltres was a little on the slower side, and he was my Z co-captain, and I wasn't able to run the heavy duty boots as well as the Z Crystal, obviously, so it was really choosing one or the other. Like, I could nuke some things and take rocks damage, or I could not take rocks damage and then, like, kind of be a pivot. But I figured, you know, priority Brave Bird is pretty unbelievable. Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, U-turn, and Roost. Roost gets us back up to Gale Wings. Flare Blitz hits Klefki. Brave Bird hits Exeggutor, it hits Buzzwole, U-turn obviously can pivot out into Necrozma. Nothing really wants to take an attack from this Talonflame, and with heavy duty boots and a Rapid Spinner, I think we're going to be just fine. And lastly, Spiritomb, I would argue, has been, besides Mew, honestly the MVP of my preseason or regular season, just because it's done so much work for us, and I'm about to... I'm bringing the Spiritomb specifically because it has Infiltrator. If Buzzwole wants to set up a substitute, or if Gyarados wants to set up a substitute, I can Will-O-Wisp, I can Infestation. I'm not staying in on pretty much either of them. Infestation will work with versus Gyarados specifically. If we get a Will-O-Wisp and then Infestation and then we can Pain Split, oh man, that is a dead Gyarados. Foul Play hits Necrozma really hard, it hits Alolan Raichu really hard, and it hits pretty much everything really hard, and Infiltrator just makes it so much better. If we're in grassy terrain and we have leftovers and Grassy Surge and Pain Split, this thing's not going down. It's just going to be annoying until the end. Spiritomb has done its best, and hopefully it brings us to 6-3, and in which case we will have a spot in the playoffs. If not, we might be 5-4, and we might not be able to make it, so... There's like 4 or 5 people in contention for all of the last 3 seeds. That's actually ridiculous. This week is so competitive, but no matter what, you know, we've played pretty well this season. Couple hacks things, but that's not important right now. What's important is that we take home this dub, and that is the team we're looking at. So we're just going to get right into the battle versus Mitch right now. Yes, so into the battle versus Mitch. He's bringing Mega Gyarados, Klefki, Necrozma, Cryogonal, Buzzwole, and Nidoqueen. This is about what I expected him to bring. It's kind of ridiculous. Joe just joined too, which is a little crazy. He just was able to find our battle. Very excited. Now, who do I think he might lead with? I think no matter what, I'm going to lead with Mew. Mew does have Earth Power and U-turn, as well as some spikes and stuff. I could... That might be the move. What is the common weakness on his team is the question. 2 Psychics. 2 Ground. Not 3 Bug. Really kind of crazy. I think I'm going to go with Mew. I think I'm going to lead with Mew. I'm going to hit him with the good luck, have fun. I believe the input's through my microphone. I hope it's through my microphone. I didn't even check. It's past the broadcast, and I'm just kind of like, you know, hanging out. So ideally, the recording setup is still as I left it. I kind of went to do some other things. We're going to lead with Mew. He's thinking about who he wants to lead. I could have led with, what's his face? I did not. This Cryogonal's not a good sign. but it's not a bad sign either. It does have Rapid Spin. He might not want to lead it, though. He might think I'm doing miscellaneous bad deeds with it. Because Cryogonal doesn't get anything to set up, does it? At this point, I might just U-turn. I could Stealth Rocks. If I U-turn into... Oh man, we have 3 Pokemon weak to ice, don't we? Or at least weak to freeze dry. Lady Gaga's not weak to freeze dry, but I think I'm just gonna go for spikes. Explosion. That ain't good. We set up some spikes. That's wow. That's wow. He just went for explosion. He got rid of his rabbit spinner. That's fine. 69%. LOL on the explosion. Who comes in? Everyone has their sash broken. Mew outspeeds everybody but Prankster Klefki. And if Klefki decides to come in, then all we do is U-turn and go into something else. Who is he going to go into? He goes into Necrozma. That's fine. I'm going to U-turn. Because what's he going to do? 21% on the U-turn. Weakness policy. That ain't good. That ain't good, fam. What's he hitting us with? I'm going to go into social distancing. If he goes for Dazzling Gleam, he's a badass. ×2 special attack. Can we live an Autotomize? I don't know. Or, I'm sorry, can we live a Dazzling Gleam? I don't know, but we're going to try. We have 252. Dark Pulse. Sorry. And Foul Play kills the Necrozma. I went for the Dark Pulse. Very interesting play. Klefki comes in. Takes some spikes damage. He's probably going to go for Play Rough. But I'm not quite sure. If he goes for Play Rough, we could potentially... We go into Bradley Cooper, maybe? Will-O-Wisp might help. I could also Pain Split. Depending on what this Klefki wants to do. I think I might go for Will-O-Wisp. He goes for Play Rough. We die. Interesting that we die. I'm actually pretty surprised about that. I believe, go into Mew. Which seems like a kind of an odd play. But I think that it makes sense just to kind of get up our hazards while we can. Especially considering we don't have any sort of recovery. It's weird that we lost Spiritomb so early. I didn't think he was just going to stay in and Play Rough. I could Rocks. I could double Spikes. I think I might just Earth Power. We do. What does he go for? Play Rough misses. That's not good. What does he think he's going to do? I mean, 90% on a Play Rough is kind of rough, dude. No pun intended. Light Screen. He lives on 8%. Maybe go for Rocks. I'm going to go for Rocks. I don't care. I mean, we're minus attack. I'm setting up hazards. Because what's he going to do? He's going to set up spikes too. That's hilarious. Now we're going to go for the Earthquake. Or the Earth Power. 2 rows of spikes. Not a huge deal. What's his face comes in. He knows all of our moves. If Buzzwole comes in, then it is he might be able to go for like a bulk up or maybe even a leech life. I think I'll probably just set up another layer of spikes if Buzzwole comes in. If Mega Gyarados comes in, then I'm going to go for a U-turn and probably double back into... Because Talonflame's not affected by any of this. So even if he goes into Buzzwole, then our heavy-duty booty Talonflame can just Brave Bird him. And he can Brave Bird anything. And everything on his team is slower than we are right now. So I'm not necessarily worried about that. It's turn 9. And he's let go a lot of his Pokemon. He does go into Mega Gyarados. So I will, in fact, U-turn. He's going to Mega Evolve. He might not... U-turn might not do... It might not do 25%. It really might not. It really might not. It might not be worth it to go for U-turn. Should I have Earth Powered? I don't know. At this point in the season, I don't think it necessarily matters. 11% does not do anything. Bradley Cooper is able to come in pretty much for free. Substitute comes through. That's about what we thought. We're going to Mega Evolve and hit a Body Slam. D-Dance, it's fine. We're max HP. I mean, if he has Iron Head, we still might live it. But Body Slam's going to come through. I think we can live an Iron Head at 252 HP. I'm almost positive we can. I'm really hoping we can. He does have both screens up. He was definitely... Oh, no, he's not. It says 2 turns... Does it say 2? 3? What does that say? I can't even tell. I guess he must have been Light Clay, which is fine. Body Slam's going to come through. It's going to do damage to whatever comes in. Waterfall at 30% doesn't do anything. Body Slam's going to get him out of here. 40% doesn't even matter. Not necessarily worried. 2 turns on which screen? Alright, he used Light Screen before Reflect, so Light Screen's going to last 1 more turn, then Reflect. Not a huge deal. Sludge Wave might come through, and the Reflect's going to go away. And the Light Screen's going to be... actually, wait. No, the Light Screen's going to go away, and the Reflect's still going to be there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into Double Mint. He can't do anything. He's going to Sludge Bomb. Yep, down we go. That's fine. Light Screen wears off. Lady Gaga comes in. 84%. Not a huge deal. We're going to Hydro Vortex. No matter who's here, something's dying. It's just, yeah. Even through a Light Screen, I mean, that's just an insane amount of damage. No more Light Screen. Rocks damage. Spikes damage. Buzzwole comes through. It should just be easy money for Lady Gaga here. I don't think that there's anything, unless it's Scarfed. If this is a Scarfed Buzzwole, we might be in a little bit of trouble. I mean, actually, no. Even if it's not a Scarfed Buzzwole, we come in, we Brave Bird with our heavy duty booties, we have priority, Psychic, and it is Scarfed. Oh, wow. What is it? 1.5 attack. Fox comes in. Yeah, wow, that's crazy. Hopefully this just kills. Yep, 0%. Heavy duty boots. GG. GG to Mitch. That was quite the battle. That was really fast. It felt very, very fast. Kind of rushed. But that puts us at 6-3, and that's +3. So we are now 6-3 plus 26. I believe we're sitting at 5th seed. It could have been, I don't know who we're facing either. But GG, good stuff. I have no idea who we're facing, but that means that we're still alive, guys. That means that, all the playoff implication, we're there. We still have a shot at winning the whole thing. That's very cool. So, thank you guys for watching. If you had a good time, let me know. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. We're gonna see what we do, because I've been thinking about rebranding. I've been thinking about changing some things up. Maybe a little change to the intro, change to the channel name. I don't know what's going on, but we're at the end of PFL Season 10. That was the end of the season overall. But yeah, so we're going to figure it out. So we'll see you guys next week with Playoffs Round 1, where I wish I could tell you who I was taking on, but I really don't know. But we'll find out. So, till next time.